Alrighty, welcome back everyone, it's Garland here bringing you another Neverwinter video, and today will be our last preview for Module 12.5, or 12B if you so choose to call it. This is scheduled to launch Tuesday, October 24th for the PC crowd, which is going to be next Tuesday. So I wanted to just do one final wrap-up video and show you some more of the quality of life improvements that they have added, as well as a few more items, as well as the new legendary mount that will be coming in 12.5. As it is right now, there isn't any scheduled release date for console, but we can kind of assume it's going to be November, December, somewhere around that time. So let's jump right into it. We're going to go right up into the collections tab here. We're going to start with the Schult stuff first. So if we go over here to the Merchant's Prince's Foley, which is going to be the new skirmish coming with 12.5. I know most of you guys have already seen gameplay on the Merchant Prince's Foley. However, these are the items that are going to be dropping out of that skirmish. So we do have a shirt and pants set, both coming in at item level 480. Nothing too outrageous. It's HP, armor, pen, and defense. With a defensive slot on the pants, and then you gain 15 lifesteal for each % of health you are missing. And also the shirt of the Schulten Merchant. Gain 150 recovery for each ally in your team, and that's going to be critical strike and defense with an offensive slot. Now these are 480 item level, so if you do want to increase your item level, these are the way to go. However, you might not like the statistics on this, like they are lacking power, obviously. Moving right along, there is going to be a new mount, the Dionysus, I guess is how you say it. It is just a green mount. It's meant to only be a mount skin, but this will drop in the skirmish. So it basically looks like a Velociraptor or something of that such to go with the whole Schulten themed dinosaur theme. So it's not too bad. I mean, a free green skin. We'll see how rare the drop rate is, I guess. And then we also have a new companion. Now this is going to be an interesting companion. We're going to maybe see this being introduced into certain people's builds. It does have a active bonus of a damage versus bosses. So I'm assuming that applies to all bosses. Anything that is a boss in any dungeon, this is probably going to relate to. And I imagine when you get this up to Epic, it'll probably be 5%. Maybe it's only going to be 3%, but I'm going to say it's going to be 5%. So, you know, for single target bosses, you know, you're going to see this Batiri Runt most likely be in a lot of single target builds for that 5% extra damage. Versus bosses. There's nothing too special about the companion itself. It is just a little Batari. Ring slot, waist slot, talisman slot. Only 2 offensive slots and a defensive slot. He doesn't really have anything in particular as far as skill set goes on him himself. So he most likely won't be an active summoned companion. However, like I said, you might see him pop up in a lot of people's builds and guides just for the single target bonus DPS. Finally, we do have the artifact, which I did go over in the last preview video, the Skull Lord's Staff. They ended up changing the name to it. It used to be called the Grave Master's, or something along those lines, the Grave Master's Staff, or something. I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys didn't watch the first Mod 12.5 preview video. But I did already go over this artifact, so we're not going to bother. They didn't change anything with it other than the name. It's not that great of an artifact, unfortunately. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for 12.5. Now there are some other things that I would like to show you guys, and that's including the new mount that's going to be coming here out of the lockbox. So if we go back over to the mounts of Schult, so coming in 12.5 is going to be the legendary Carpet of Flying. Now there's been a lot of rumors and speculations that, oh my god, we're getting a flying mount. It's already been confirmed by Julia that there's no flying mounts, guys. It's just the name of the mount. It's a legendary Carpet of Flying. That's just what it's called. It's not going to be a flying mount. However, she did confirm that this is going to be a 2-person mount. So yes, you heard that right. This is going to be able to fit 2 people on it. So I'm assuming whoever owns it will be able to drive it around, and then they can also take a passenger. So this is going to be a new mechanic in the game. This is the first 2-seater mount that we have, received thus far. So we'll see what happens with that. It's the mount itself is nothing special. It has 4,000 defense. The combat power isn't anything to like go gaga over or anything. And it has 2 universals and a illuminated. Now this is going to be coming out of the lockbox of the Lost. And then, of course, we do have the counterpart, which is going to be the Carpet of Flying, which is the epic version. So the statistics are cut in half. It's going to be 2,000 defense. Universal, and illuminated is apparently what it says. I don't know if it's going to have 2 universal slots, because I'm pretty sure that all epics are supposed to only have 1 universal slot and then 2 set ones. But you're going to notice here that this one does say 2 universal slots. So I don't know if that's going to be a bug or if it is intended to have 2 universal slots. Because the epic version of this is basically a legendary slot-wise for your insignia bonuses, for that matter. Because only legendaries are supposed to have the 2 universal slots. I can't think of anything off the top of my head as far as epic mounts go that have 2 universals. So this one will be the first one. If indeed it is supposed to have, 2 universal slots, I would highly think that it doesn't. It's probably a bug. Now, whether or not that makes it to live, well, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. So let's go ahead and look at these real quick. As you can imagine, it's nothing really special. It is a flying carpet, There's the bottom of it. It has a nice little pattern. Has some kind of particle effects to it, but nothing major, unfortunately. There's a little pillow there for your passenger, I guess. Maybe you can get freaky on this thing. I don't know. It's nothing too special. I'm honestly a little disappointed that this is going to be the first 2-seater mount that we're getting as a freaking flying carpet. I would have liked to see some kind of giant dragon or something that was, something that was going to be cool. Or cool looking as far as aesthetically pleasing to the eye goes. But yeah, looks like we're going to get a flying carpet to go with the theme of Schult, and they decided to introduce the 2-seater mount with this mod launch. So that's that. Let's go ahead and check out the epic one. I actually like the epic one a little more better, just for the sheer fact that blue is my favorite color, and the epic version is blue. So I actually like the epic version better than the legendary version. Now, there hasn't been any word on whether or not the epic version is going to be a double-seater, but I highly doubt it. I'm sure that feature is going to be reserved only for legendary mounts. One more thing that I do want to mention about mounts that I haven't really seen posted anywhere else or in any other videos. I did happen to know that there's another new mount down here, and maybe this has been mentioned before or brought up somewhere. However, I haven't seen it anywhere. But there's a new thing called the Tribal Polar Bear. And if you see, it says that you can only get it from special promotions. So I'm thinking that they're going to probably have some kind of promotion, probably during Winterfest, since it is a polar bear, that I would think of. So we'll go ahead and click on this. It does actually look pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. I really do like this particular mount skin. It is a polar bear, obviously, and he does have stripes on it. And I just like it. I like the look of this polar bear more than any of the other polar bears. So if this has been mentioned somewhere, then I apologize. However, I personally haven't seen it posted anywhere or even talked about or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is going to be coming in an upcoming promotion, most likely around maybe Black Friday or maybe Winter Festival. Now, what I would like to talk about next is going to be the refinement changes so far, and most likely what's going to be final. Now, if you did watch the previous video, one of my biggest complaints is that when you're refining, it doesn't show you how much a single item is going to be. So when you convert your RP and then let's just say we toss in, you know, a rank 14, it doesn't show anywhere how much it's going to be. Well, they added to the tooltip itself how much things are going to be. So you can clearly see in the bottom right hand, a dark enchantment rank 14 is worth 100 refinement points. So they did add it somewhere. They didn't add it in the interface, unfortunately, but they did add it at least in the tooltips of the item. So you can simply go to your inventory and hover over just about anything. So a mythic artifact, for instance, the Soul Sight Crystal, it's going to be worth 150,000 refinement points. So at least you will be able to, like I said, hover over things. So a rank 13 is going to be 75,000. Like I said, a rank 12 is 50,000. And you could just hover over anything you have, and it should give you some kind of value of what the RP is going to be worth. So they did add that. That's a good feature to have. I'm really glad they did add it. So finally, I do want to talk about the upcoming Halloween event, which will be starting soon on both PC and console. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to implement the new items. Yes, you heard me right. I said new items on console for Halloween. I don't know if it's only going to make it to PC this year, or if they're going to be able to add it to both PC and console. Now, unfortunately, it's not a whole lot of items. It's only going to be one new set. But if we go ahead and go to the events tab and go over to the Masquerade of Liars, they did add another brand new costume. So I believe last year was the first time they added the Orcus mask. The 2 previous years, everything was the same. Last year, they finally added something new. They added the Orcus mask. Or actually, it might have been the year before, to be honest. I can't even keep track. I don't think they added anything new last year. I think it was the year before they actually added the Orcus mask. Or it might have been last year. I'm not sure. Feel free to correct me in the comments. However, this year, they did add a new set. It's going to be Tunic of the Masquerade, the Headgear of the Masquerade, and then the Leggings of the Masquerade. So I'll go ahead and quickly show you what this looks like. I actually already have it equipped. So it kind of looks like some kind of executioner attire. It's very medieval looking. I don't know why they really made it purple, but they made it purple. So if we go ahead and zoom in on the mask, like I said, it looks like a full frontal face mask. It even has like straps on the side with the hood and everything. I mean, it looks really good, but at the same time, it looks really dull as well. If we scroll back out and show the full thing, like I said, it basically, when I look at this, I kind of think of some kind of executioner. That's what he would be wearing, except most likely everything would be black and not purple. So if we do look at the mask, it is kind of a shiny metallic purple. And like I said, I don't know why they made it purple, but hey, they did. I'm sure it'll be able to be, you know, custom dyed. So if you wanted to make everything black, you could. But hey, at least they gave us something new. You know, we've been asking for, you know, new things to be added to these events for how long now? Like, they give us the same events over and over and over again, and they're literally the same events. So once you've done those events, you know, 5 or 10 times, you have everything out of those events, and there's no reason to do any of the events. So they finally added a new costume. However, it was only one new costume. You know, I would like to see a plethora of new costumes every year. So they gave us one new one. Who knows how we're going to have to obtain it. It might just be in the store. It might even cost Zen only. Who knows? But yeah, so there's the new Halloween costume that's going to be coming up. So that is going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this last mod 12.5 preview video. Like I said, 12.5 is going to release next Tuesday, October 24th on PC only, and then later to be announced on console. So go ahead and leave me a comment below. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.